Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday. All right, guys. Well, we're getting ready to jump into this Teresa Giudice of it all. And it was interesting because there is an attorney who is now explaining why Teresa Giudice could actually be targeted by the feds for this debt that she has. I know that she talked about it. I think that she was very nonchalant about it. And she's like, these things happen and then you pay them and you move on and we're figuring it out. We're doing it. We're dealing with it. And it's like, they happen. Yes. But I just feel like you guys are in too much of you guys are too financially secure for these things to be happening. But also what do I know? I don't know. We're going to talk about it. I'm not the expert here, but the expert has spoken and it was interesting. So we're going to break it all down. Plus, a little bit more coming from Southern Charm. You guys will see what I'm talking about. Smash the like button. If you guys are not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's start here. Okay. So there was an attorney that suggested that Teresa could be a target for federal agents. This is amid her reported tax debt with Louis Ruelas due to her past history of financial fraud. Now, again, we know the recent reports, but the attorney is Beverly Hills attorney Adam Michael Sachs, and he spoke to the U.S. Sun about the case, suggesting, in his opinion, that Teresa could be targeted by the feds due to her legal history. That is a big deal. So, again, let me just take you back to the beginning. Teresa and her husband Louis, they're facing this huge debt collectively, the tax debts, which could lead to federal scrutiny due to her prior conviction. And I'm just going to go over a few key points of why. I mean, could this be can you guys imagine if we had to go through this rabbit hole again? And I'm not saying I'm not the one who's going to jail for it. And I'm not saying she's going to jail. I'm saying that this attorney is saying she could be a target. So let's just go through the key points. The total tax debt, we're over $3 million or right at $3 million. Okay. Teresa's tax lien that was filed on March 20th. That was 2025. So 10 days ago. That was over 300,000. It was like 303,000. Okay, so that's interesting, especially the timing, because that was on the 20th, and then Louis Ruelas was supposed to have his other loan paid off, I think, by the 24th of March. So that was a big week for them. We know that. That was last week, that was last week. Jesus Christ, how does that just happen so side by side? Then Louis' tax liens, he had two. Keep up. This is why they could be a target of the feds. They have two tax liens. One was filed in December of 2024, and that was for 163,000+. And then there was another one that was filed on March 6th of 2025, and that was for 2.5+ million. Okay. And now that Adam Michael Sachs, Beverly Hills attorney, I'm not going to put words in his mouth because he is an attorney and I don't want to speak for him. I want to say exactly what he said. So let me pull up the quote here. Let's see. Okay, so he said, the real connection is if you're dealing with the IRS, she already committed fraud. They can say, you already have a record of fraud. This may really stick with not just owing the money, but having a bigger problem. Okay. You're not supposed to evade taxes. The dumb person can get away with it, but the deliberate person who is deliberately not paying, that is a criminal offense. That's what he said. These are financial crimes. They can become a criminal case, but normally you would need to show bad actions such as fraud. All right. So the potential consequences of this, I was looking into that too, what Adam Michael Sachs had to say about that. The potential consequences of this is failure to address the debt could lead to wage garnishment, meaning if she goes on, probably exactly what they're going to do to Jen Shaw when she gets out of prison. But if she goes on the Real Housewives of New Jersey and they're like, no, you just got a $1.2 million check. Guess what, honey? We're taking that. They can do that. I think that they can only take a certain percentage. Actually, I know that they can only take a certain percentage. They can't just seize everything at the same time. But if, say, they can take 30%, they're going to take the max amount that they can take until they get paid back. The IRS is the only government agency, and I've been made aware of this my whole life. It's the one, you don't quit them at all, but they're the only government agency that can freeze your accounts. They can lock you out of everything. They're the last people that you ever want to mess with. Ever, ever. So it could lead to wage garnishment and then also bank account seizures, meaning, again, they could take your bank accounts, they could freeze everything. Not good. Now, Louis did, I think, try to get ahead of this with his own personal loans, the $1 million loan that he took out reportedly to pay off the mortgage. That loan was for $1 million. That loan was due on March 24th. And that was due 2025. So that was due 6 days ago. Now, he got an extension until March 24th, 2026. But with the extension, which we've talked about, they tacked on an additional $250,000 to it, which is fucking mind-blowing. Now, as far as the incomes that they have, she has Turning the Tables podcast. I know that he tried that Vinny Villa, but they just filed for bankruptcy. That's clearly not going anywhere. She still gets paid for all social media. She's doing that Wives on Waves, like the little cruise ship thing. Now she's doing something with Christian Grace Snow. I don't know what these appearances are. It's actually kind of sad that she is doing some of these appearances at this point. I love Teresa. I feel like she's way, 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 way beyond some of the things that she's having to do right now. But she also is a hustler, and I commend and respect the fact that she's not too good for any of these gigs. Doesn't matter if it's in like the tiniest little pub and she's doing an appearance and she's getting paid for. If you are coming with the coin, then she will show up, and I respect the hell out of that because she's definitely working her out. The woman is a worker. She is a worker. Plus, you know, I'm trying to think like Louis. What does Louis do? I don't actually know. They said that he was a co-founder and something else. I don't know what he is. I don't know where he gets all of his money. I don't even know if Teresa knows where he gets all of his money. Or maybe there's not a lot of money. I don't know, because maybe then your debts would be. That's a question for Louis. But we know that right now the Real Housewives of New Jersey, it's currently on pause. I'm sure that they could really use that check right now. So hopefully, whatever happens, however we get them back on TV, I hope it comes together and we can put them back into a good place where they can be able to pay these debts. I don't care about the Louis Ruellas of it all. I really don't. I don't have anything against the guy. I don't dislike the guy. I don't like the guy. I don't anything the guy. I don't. She's happy. Her family's happy. That's great. I just want to see her financially flourish. She's flourishing in all other aspects. She's like the most amazing mother. Her kids are uber successful, and just like look at what they're all doing. One's in dance, one's going to college. Like Melania has a heart of gold. If you watch her in the videos, clearly she's done a lot right. And I send them all the best. You never want to wish negative on anybody, guys. Don't ever carry that kind of bad karma. But with that, guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. Pop off in the comment section. This was an interesting one. I know a lot of people are going to have a lot of opinions. And as far as hot, messy topics, we won't be back tomorrow for that. We're going to be back on Friday. We have a new special guest that we've never had on our channel before. But before then, we also have Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the reunion part 1 recap. And that's going to be on Wednesday. And then maybe if something else comes up in between, it comes up in between. You know, I don't know. Forget about it. Love you guys. See you later. Bye.